Again, Notre Dame maintains possession in the attacking third. Dropped off for Beasler. Pass inside. Notre Dame with the turn. The shot. Saved by Bono. Rebound. Just misses the onrushing player and then takes the deflection back into the arms of Bono. And what a story. This freshman keeper is putting on a show in front of the home fans.
Well, the Orange so far bending in this second half, but is yet to break. Great play by Bono in goal again. It does not look like a freshman whatsoever. And then that one shot off of the post as well. But Syracuse is going to need to improve the play here. Has the lead, but not playing well.
Stamilakatos trying to fix that as he floated a pass in looking for Muller. It had to be steered away by Notre Dame, who all of a sudden looks a little bit shaken. And
Coach McIntyre on the sideline after that last sequence was trying to tell his guys out there to get back to playing as they had been to start this half.
Jordan Morrell, good to see, appears to be A-OK. The throw into Muller, turns, fires into the box low, steered out. And now onto the feet of Harrison Shipp. Linked up play with Finley. Shipp will overlap, gets around Mikowski, but he comes back to track him down. The slide tackle, and there's the foul. Gives away a free kick, but a little bit farther away, and Finley again protesting to the referee. He wants that card out of the pocket. Powers, who also went down under a heavy challenge in the first half, bounced back up and appears to be A-OK, sends it over far side to Beasler in the middle. Check that, make it Lakawecki. Now he plays it up to Beasler. Makes a turn, looking for the shot, blocked again in front. Loose ball, knocked away only briefly. And Notre Dame again regains control. Twisting and turning to the outside left edge of the box, and now it's stolen away by Hilliard, and he floats one up. Muller trying to get on the end of it. Stamilakatos pushing forward to provide some offensive pressure, but now Mishu on the overlap, and Stamilakatos has to give chase to Hoden. Threads it through for Mishu. On the corner, low cross in, turned away again by Nick Bibbs. Another stellar defensive play, and then the pass waited too far in front of Nick Perea, and Beasler takes over.
The Orange, though, totally on its heels.
10 minutes gone here in the second half. 35 still to play. SU 2, Notre Dame nothing in this Big East quarterfinal game. And Jordan Morrell, great play to hold off the attacking Notre Dame player, Patrick Hoden. Turns it out, though. And let's see if they rule a corner kick or a throw, and it will just be a throw-in from an advanced position. Sent in quickly. Notre Dame turns it back into the middle of the pitch. Look how high up the field the goalkeeper, Patrick Wall, is playing, trying to provide some support if there's any long clearances. Notre Dame trying to create something, and down goes Finley. No contact made there. That's asking for a foul that's not going to come, and the referee just ignores him. Stamilakatos will play on. Long ball played across, but not enough on it to get up to Jordan Vale. And now play will be stopped as the Notre Dame player is down. And now the Fighting Irish don't like it, but it is Patrick Hoden, the freshman out of Brookfield, Wisconsin, who is slowly getting back to his feet. Look, and now Dylan Powers again right in front of the referee trying to draw something, and now the clock gets stopped. Was for a split second thinking we might see a card here for all the arguments in the face of the referee, and still Dylan Powers continues to harass the referee, following him wherever he goes on the pitch.
Well, Powers, the senior leader, a captain, he knows how to work an official, and at this point Notre Dame down a couple of goals, trying to position itself for any kind of advantage it can have.
Dylan Powers, the former 2008-2009 Gatorade National Player of the Year. And now we're going to have the slow-in delivered from SU as the stoppage with Notre Dame in possession, so the referee will drop the ball, much like we saw in the first half. And then Syracuse will kick it down the length of the field to the Notre Dame goalie to handle.
And Caleb, during the week, not a typical week for Syracuse. Monday was forced to practice inside due to the severe weather going on with the effects of Sandy here in central New York. Tuesday, Monday afternoon and Tuesday, University canceled classes, so in a twisted sense, the Orange benefited from that by being able to focus on just soccer rather than have to go through the typical routine of classes and then have practice. But definitely a bit of an unusual week. Not to mention an unusual spot preparing for their first Big East tournament.
And really, I wonder what the thought process is trying to prepare for that when you don't have any players that have ever played in the tournament before. Syracuse only has 2 players on the roster that have played a game in an SU uniform each of the last 4 years. One of them is one of the captains of this team, Mark Brody, wearing number 6, and a lot of spectacular moments he's provided. He's on the bench, and then one of the less likely to appear on the pitch reserves, Moena Akbosumande, who did have a chance to get into a game against Colgate to officially extend that streak. And speaking of captains, here comes the second SU captain,
Syracuse substitution, Ted Cribley.
And he will give a much-needed rest to Jordan Vale. Now, if you're unfamiliar with college soccer substitution rules, you are allowed to re-enter a limited number of times in college soccer. You get 1 re-entry, so for the starters, they can come off, come into the game, come out, and then come on again. Low cross driven in. Syracuse turns it away again. Bibbs is there to cut it out. But that pass, a little bit too much weight, does just hang in on the near sideline to Shipp. Goes cross field. Cribley trying to track it down after getting a nice little rest. Pass in, bounces away. Perea, pass forward. Laid off for Muller, turns it over to Cribley on the right side. Takes a look up. Muller was able to find him for the first goal of the game, and he was trying to return the favor and send Lars Muller through on a run, just couldn't find a passing lane.
Seems like the first time we're seeing the Orange possess the ball in about 10 or so minutes, and sure enough, SU gives it right back.
And Ted Cribley would be the type of calming influence that can lead to that. The captain, very experienced, a player that's comfortable with the ball at his feet, so he can take on that responsibility of holding it up. Low cross driven in again. Finley turns, stumbles down, and he's going to get whistled for the handball. And again, pleading at the referee, but that's the correct call. Even though he lost his footing himself, didn't necessarily gain any advantage, but did stop the ball from rolling forward and possibly crossing the end line.
And the Irish seem to all of a sudden be asking for more calls. But down by 2 goals, you need the calls.
They're trying everything they can think of to find a goal to get back into this contest, and they haven't been too far away on a number of occasions, rattled the post, and several times they've tested Alex Bono with fierce drives, only to see them turned away right back in their faces. Cribley venturing forward, applying the pressure. It's sent back to Wall, and sarcastic applause goes out from the Syracuse fans, as Notre Dame just happy to maintain possession right now. Smart play for them. You can't score goals if you don't have the ball. Syracuse should be looking to do more of that, and now Cribley wins it down, but SU looking to attack. Ball played through, looking for Stamilakatos, and coming a long way is Wall. Mishu provides the screen, and Wall dishes it back into play quickly. Powers with the fancy move, spreads it out wide. Here comes Makowski, though, and Shipp didn't even see him. Hoden looking to put it in quickly, but no chance for an attack, so he'll leave it for the defender, Mishu. Headed down to Clark, the most recent SU goal scorer. Doubled the tally just 3.5 minutes into the second half, and Syracuse has now scored early in both these halves, but after strong, fast starts, seems to drop off just a bit. Here's Hoden, hit the post earlier with the left foot, steps around one man, cuts in, left-footed shot, bends the wrong way for him. But this freshman providing a big spark. He's another one of those guys that's appeared in every game. All but one of them has been as a substitute, as he did earn a start earlier on in the year.
Did so well to dodge defenders, only to have a shot not end up on goal, though it does set up the corner.
And this one will be taken again, a high in-swinger right at the penalty area, headed down, poked towards the goal, but a Syracuse defender there to block it to the top of the 18. And now just launched down the field by Nick Perea. Giving chase is Cribley, trying to keep it in, but doesn't quite have the wheels to get there ahead of the high bounce. And still Syracuse finds itself stuck in its own end, but under a half an hour left to play of regulation time, and now the call goes against Syracuse for a foul. So Notre Dame a chance to take the free kick quickly. Played into the middle, pass looking forward. Makowski had the arm bar right in his face, but played through it. Stamilicados now. He's able to maintain possession, trying to turn on the Jets. Pass forward for Muller, who's tripped up. Somehow no call there from the official. He waves play on. Coach Ian McIntyre briefly wanting a call and then just goes right back to imploring his team, I should say, to maintain their poise, keep playing the game and not get caught looking for calls. Spread out wide by SU. Finally trying to hang on to possession right now. Hilliard goes inside to Cribley, pass back. Now he hammers one forward, which Syracuse can't keep in bounds. Lots of space for the redshirt freshman defender, but panicking a little bit, and he drives one off his own man and out. Gives the ball right back to the Fighting Irish. Mishu's pass is cut out. Perea back to Stamilicados. Keeps it in, but Mishu is a player that matches up well against Stamilicados, has similar speed, and is able to track him down without having to lug the ball around.
Well, the difference in this game so far has just been the Orange's ability to finish, because Notre Dame has outplayed SU for the majority of the contest. But SU took advantage of a good opportunity in the first half with the Muller cross to Cribley, who put it home from outside of the 6. And then here in the second half, it was Louis Clark who just dazzled with a nice settle down and his own volley from outside of the 18 that really you could question the keeping ability of Walla.
A stinging half volley from the center of the 18, and now here comes again the Fighting Irish. Houghton a drive, and this time he scores! Notre Dame cuts the deficit to 1 with a beautiful left-footed in-swinging shot. And finally, Patrick Houghton able to beat Alex Bono after rattling the post and having another shot just missed. That time, no mistake as he finishes to the bottom post. Now Syracuse back in a precarious position again, John, only up by 1 goal, and you have to get to the point where you stop conceding ground and start really playing soccer, attacking, possessing the ball. You can't just play defense for the next 27 minutes. And Houghton runs right through the challenge of Jordan Morrell. On the attack again, Mikowski cutting back. Houghton cuts to the middle again, the layoff, the shot, and they score! Notre Dame ties it right up again. Another goal less than a minute later, and just like that, it's all even.